Everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is B Glam with G. My real name is Jatan, so I just wanted to introduce myself, and today I wanted to tell you all how changing my thoughts ultimately changed my life. A few years ago, I was so hard on myself that if it was something that I wanted to do that I didn't feel like enough people loved or got excited about, it didn't make me want to do it. But once God kept putting something on my heart and it wasn't something that I could just turn away from, that was ultimately what led me to believe that this is my calling, this is what I need to be doing. And that brings me to the point of you have to do what's best for you. I could want to be a hairstylist, and if nobody's excited about me being a hairstylist, I cannot let that deter me, because at the end of the day, maybe people are not into going to the hair salons. Maybe somebody's had a bad experience, but that doesn't have anything to do with the services that you can offer, the things that you can provide to a person, and the overall experience that somebody will get from being a client of yours. Also, the thing about support, starting a business was never anything that you have to realize. It's people that start restaurants that do not succeed the very first time. Don't let that deter you from starting whatever it is you desire to start, because at the end of the day, failures come with lessons. And because maybe you failed last time because enough people didn't know about it, when you go to start something else, you're going to do a better job at marketing and making sure that people know what it is that you have to offer. You're going to be very clear and concise as to what you have to offer so that people know what you're selling. Also know who your target audience is. So when I was buying my house, I was so nervous because the second house that the realtor took me to, it had pretty much the same layout, but I was so distracted by the decor that was already there that I could not envision myself and my belongings being in that house. And because the house that I really wanted had a blank canvas, I called my dad and I was so upset. I'm like, Dad, I looked at 10 houses. Like, what if I don't get this house? And my dad stopped me midpoint and was just like, either you're going to worry or you're going to pray, but you can't do both. I sat there so quiet and so convicted that from that moment, I was like, God, you got this. Like, if this is the house for me, then it's going to be for me. There's nothing nobody can do. Hurricane Katrina can't come here and take this house from me if this house is for me. When I did that, later on that day, I got the call from my realtor saying that my offer was accepted. Sometimes we live so long into those what ifs and trying to be in control that we can't even enjoy the moment of thinking something positive. I have no clue what it takes to create and operate a successful YouTube video. However, I do know that I've looked at several pages, I've subscribed to several channels. I'm on YouTube more than I watch regular TV. And one thing that I noticed is that some of these platforms have been on their platforms since 2010. Some of them have over 420 videos started. A lot of them have over like 20K subscribers. However, it had to take them to a point. It wasn't an overnight thing. And that was something that convicted me, because when I was on my way to taking my kids to school, God was like, you've been at your job for 16 years, it'll be in September, and you've helped a company build their dreams and admirations off of your hard-earned work. But what if you would have spent that same amount of time investing into something that you were passionate about or something that you wanted to do? So once I got that vision and that thought process in my mind, it never left. And I said to myself, okay, well, you don't have a vlogging camera. Do you know how many people have started their YouTube channels off of their cell phones, like with no other resources available? So I was like, oh, well, that can't be your excuse. And I'm like, you have no idea about editing. That couldn't be my excuse either, because I know that whatever I set out to do, I'm going to try my best to learn as much as I possibly can. And the more I do something, the better I'll get. So that had to be a thought that I took out of my mind. I do have a personal page on Instagram, but since I've created Be Glam with G, I'm barely on there. I might get on there once every couple days, because the community and the home decor and what I found on this existing page has been so supportive. Even if it's just like, hey girl, or yeah, that looks nice, or any little thing just gives me like a boost and makes me really engaged, because you guys are awesome. So at the end of this video, there is a few ladies that I admire and I think, and also one who I'm not going to say anything to, but I did get your message about you wish you can do a YouTube channel, and girl, you're going to do it. Like another thing that I thought about was, there's so many people on this YouTube platform. What is going to make me stand out? It's just like the weave market and the eyelash business. Like everybody nowadays does it. But one thing that I also had to remember, and I had a conversation with one of my friends tonight, was she said to me, how many bread companies do you think there is? And I'm like, what? Like, where is this coming from? Like, you know, what are you getting at? And she was just like, how many companies do you think sell bread? Like sandwich bread. And I'm like, I don't know. But I know that when I go into the grocery store, you see several varieties. And she was like, that's a prime example of why you can't let different things distract you, because as long as there is a market of people that need bread, then there's going to be companies that are in business for offering that. You got gluten-free, you got whole grain, all white, grains, all types of different breads that are on the market. And the same goes for how many people now do eyebrows and eyelashes. Like, there's a market for that. There's something that people love to go and get done to enhance their beauty. So even if I only have 2 subscribers or 3 followers, 200 followers, I'm okay with that. The main purpose of my content is to help motivate other people to get out of their comfort zone, because a lot of times things will pass you by. Also, to not necessarily not share certain things, but pretty much not share certain things, because what you may be excited about, another person may not be excited about. And it might not be because they don't want you to do it, but it could be because they don't want you to do it better than them. A lot of times people get this competitive spirit, like, oh, I could do it better than them, so I'm just going to go ahead and beat them to the punch. And I'm an impulsive person, but I also know that whatever content I put out there, I want to be the right content. I want people to get all that they can get. And I'm so transparent that I share things. Like if I've tried something and it didn't work for me, I have no problem telling somebody, hey, I did try that route, and what I would recommend is maybe you incorporate this, because that was something that I didn't think about in the beginning. There is no hate in that. Like, I want everybody to be successful in their own right. There's enough out here, like I just used the bread as an example, for everybody to make it and be successful. So the purpose of my YouTube channel is to give lifestyle tips and tricks. I am a mom of 3. I recently took in a newborn baby that I did not deliver. I welcomed her into my home, and my 2 girls love her as if she was our own. I do work a full-time job. I also go to school full-time. I'm working on my master's now. So there's enough time. It might be hard. It may get challenging, but you can do it. Anything you set your mind out to do, you can do it. And, you know, I've had people say to me, like, how do you get all that stuff done? Like, I don't know how not to be a grinder or hustler and to get things done. I have girls, princesses, that I'm raising to be queens, to not rely on anybody to get anything done. Like, I can't live in that space like, oh, I'm going to be tired. I might be tired from not doing nothing all day. Like, I can't let that deter me from what it is I'm trying to leave for my kids and to have for my legacy. So whatever it is you want to do, talk it over to yourself. If you believe in God, pray about it, and don't stop shooting for what you want to do. If you don't feel like it's something that's profitable for you, keep doing it. Like, whatever happened to hobbies, you know, like back in school, people would collect Pokemon cards and baseball cards in my generation. Whatever happens to just doing things that you genuinely love out of a hobby or to occupy your time. Like, eventually the money won't even be a factor because you're doing what you ultimately love. So give it a chance. Like, try thinking of positive ways to change your thought. Like, even if failure comes out of it, at least you can sit up there and say to yourself, I tried and it didn't work out for me. But sometimes things that happen in our life are not for us to go through, but to be a testament to other people. So I hope you guys got something out of this video. Sorry if it was all over the place. I'm still getting used to this. I do plan on trying to be more consistent. And as I stated before, I would like to acknowledge a few ladies that I've recently met, not physically, but socially, that I've met and that have made a huge impact in the things that I do on a day-to-day basis. Ladies, you have a great night and talk to you soon.